We are back with even more exciting stuff. Stacy, welcome.
Thank you, Chad. It is so nice to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Ivy Tech is really doing some exciting things going on right here in our own community and surrounding communities.
Yes, we are, as a matter of fact.
Can we talk about credits?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because I don't really understand everything, even though I try. What is a dual credit?
Well, it's actually pretty simple. A dual credit means that a high school student is earning credit that goes toward a high school diploma as well as toward a college diploma.
Okay.
They're taking one class that counts toward both.
Okay. And are there different types?
There are different types. We have a lot of liberal arts courses.
Oh, wow.
We have technical classes at Ivy Tech, and there are specific sets of dual credit classifications themselves. The dual credits can either be a high school-based dual credit where the student is taking the class at the high school, taught by the high school teacher, and it's free. Ivy Tech offers those classes free, which is it's awesome. It's a sweet deal for the students, really is. And then we have dual credit where the student can come to the Ivy Tech campus and actually take a course.
Now, is that during the summer or in the evenings?
Anytime they want to, anytime we offer courses.
The class whenever it's available.
Yes, whenever it's available. And we also have a certain set of classes, we call them for the new tech high schools like Taylor and Rochester, where the students can take the classes on campus for free.
Oh, wow.
Right, it's a very nice deal for the students.
So who's eligible? Who actually can qualify?
The student, any student that's in 9 through 12, as long as they meet the prerequisites for the classes, and most of the classes do have some type of reading or writing prerequisite to get into it. And so it just depends based on that.
Okay, how do I apply? Just to see if I can qualify, as you say.
Again, it depends on the type of dual credit that you're getting. If you're taking a class that's taught by the high school teacher at the high school, then I handle all that. And we give the applications to the teachers for specific classes that we have a contract for. And then the teachers hand out the applications, the student fills them out, and then submits them. Now, if the student would like to take a campus, an on-campus course, then they would get in touch with our admissions office and just become a courses-only high school student.
Oh, wow.
So we have a couple of different processes. Gets a little bit confusing for people, so if you just want to get...
That's why you're there.
That's why I'm there. I'm there to disseminate information, absolutely.
And how do they transfer those credits? Do they transfer very well?
Yes, they do, as a matter of fact, especially the liberal arts courses. There's something in Indiana that the Department of Education came up with called the Core Transfer Library, and it's a set of classes that are supposed to transfer between all the state universities. And we do,
again, that partnership that we were talking about earlier, that's exactly what you do.
Absolutely, that's what we do. Ivy Tech does partner, absolutely. And when the student takes the class, then it's transcribed on the Ivy Tech transcript. And so the student, all the student has to do is order that transcript and have it transferred to the other university so the other university can evaluate the credits. Now, the credits are going to transfer between universities, but whether that particular degree program can use that credit or not, that's up to the receiving institution. And
so that would be up to IUK, or that would be up to
or Purdue or Ball State or whoever, and we always encourage the student to make sure that they have those credits transferred and have an advisor look at those and evaluate them.
Even beforehand, before they take those few steps?
Yes, absolutely. When they...
so doing homework is never over.
That's right. Or even just going on the website or looking at the Core Transfer Library that the Department of Education puts out. I think education is wonderful for people. Absolutely.
And doing a little bit of legwork, a little bit of that homework in the very beginning can actually be even more beneficial midway or through the whole process.
Yes, it can. And Chad, I have to tell you, the transferability of credits, that is one thing that really confuses students and parents. I get more phone calls from parents asking, how does my child transfer those credits? And really, it is just as simple as going to our business office and paying the $5 for the transcript and having those transcripts transferred sent to another university. It's that simple. That's how it's done. Most people don't understand.
You say that it's that simple, but you're not kidding. It really is just that simple.
I am not kidding. It is that simple. It is that simple.
Because you do hear, that is one of the big questions that you always hear, no matter what college you go to, no matter what institution you're at, you always hear that's one of the main questions. If I start here, can I transfer those credits?
Absolutely, and I think that that's a topic that a lot of people, it just does not get discussed until that student graduates from high school and is ready to transfer to another university. And obviously those credits, if the student decides to stay at Ivy Tech, once a student graduates from high school, those credits will transfer into the Ivy Tech programs. And becoming an Ivy Tech dual credit student does not obligate a student to attend Ivy Tech once they graduate.
Sure.
No, we're there for the student. And again, our courses are free. A lot of other universities do charge for the credits. Ours are going to transfer like any other universities, and they're free. It doesn't cost a student anything.
How many people are actually involved in that program right now? Do you know?
Me. As far as running or how many students in the program. We have close to 3,000 students now. I started at Ivy Tech 2.5 years ago, and we had a total enrollment of about 900 students.
So you were in charge. You are solely in charge of that.
Chad, if I get hit by a bus, I'm my own backup.
I think she needs a raise.
Well, we'll discuss that later, but thank you so much.
So 3,000 students.
3,000, close to 3,000. It has just grown phenomenally. It really has. One of the questions that we get too, for the on-campus courses, we have certain credentialing requirements that the teachers, that our faculty have to be able to be credentialed by. And those high school teachers that teach our classes are credentialed by the same standards pretty much. Now the state just came out with a new credentialing standard that has loosened that up a little bit, and I think that's why we've had the jump in the dual credit classes. We've had so many more offered.
But it gives I still think it gives that edge, that, I guess, that foot in the door, can we say that, of giving those students that advanced training?
It does. A lot of students really have no idea what the rigor of a college class is going to be like. They don't. They really don't. And I think there's a little bit of a perception about Ivy Tech that we're a little easier maybe than some of the bigger institutions, and that's not true. Our rigor is very, very rigorous. I think I just defined a term with a term, but
you did.
Our courses
I liked
really,
it, though.
our courses really are very rigorous, and I think it really surprises the students when they come in to find out just the level that they have to.
But again, this still goes back to partnerships. This still goes back to giving you guys the basis, the foundation that you need to succeed. That's what you're all about. It's not slacking off. It's not, oh, I'm going to college just to play around. It's going to college to get you that job, to get you the pay that you deserve.
That's absolutely correct. And if we have a student that comes in that takes a class, we want to make sure that they're not only prepared for a job, we also want to make sure that they're prepared to go to another institution and meet the rigor at any other four-year institution.
And on to real life.
Absolutely.
I've got a few more questions, but we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with more from the exciting things going on at Ivy Tech. We are back, and I want to know, how many credits are students actually eligible for, these dual credits?
Students, there's no cap to the number of credit hours that students can take. In 2010, that was changed. There used to be a 15 credit hour cap, and I really would like to emphasize that because a lot of people do believe that there still is a cap on the number of dual credits that a student can earn, but there are not. Now a student can earn any number. And I have students that are taking even 15 credit hours a semester.
Really?
Yes, we have students that, as an example, and I'll use one of our high schools as an example, I'll have a student that will be taking 1 or 2 dual credit classes at Kokomo High School, in addition to taking 1 or 2 classes at the Career Center, and then they will actually come on campus and take maybe a summer course or take a course in the evening.
Now, to me looking in, that seems like a lot. Is that common?
Well,
or is that we're going to hunker down and get this done?
It's very difficult. It really is. That's a lot of work for a student to do. However, again, remember that the credits are also being counted toward their high school diploma, so they're not mostly in addition to what they're taking for the high school. They're part of their high school curriculum for that student.
Absolutely, and the diplomas have changed from high school since I even went to high school.
They have.
They're so much different now and so much goal-oriented, I guess, it even pushes them into the degrees that they're looking for later on. So it's changed a whole lot. It's good to have people like you who know what they're doing. What grade do students normally come in, or when they can start looking at these dual credits?
Most students, I would say, take them as an 11th or 12th grader, mostly juniors and seniors. It is open to 9th graders and 10th graders.
Really?
However, it is. Again, it depends on the course. If you have a college-level English course, a lot of time the 9th and 10th graders are not really, they don't really have the background to get into the course at that point, and it's just natural for the student to take the course as a junior. But we have other courses. We have some agricultural classes and some other courses that don't really have the prerequisites that some of the liberal arts courses do, and students do take them as 9th and 10th graders.
And lastly, how does it really differ, I guess, at Ivy Tech versus anywhere else?
Well, I really think it comes down to the money. Ivy Tech, the courses taught at the high school, we do not charge for any dual credit class that we teach in the high school.
There's no hidden fees or anything like that?
There's no hidden fees or anything. And I know the state passed a regulation that some schools can charge $25 for a certain set of liberal arts courses. So for courses outside of that, the schools can charge anything they want to, and we do know of some schools that are charging full tuition, you know, $300, $400 for some of those classes, and they can get the same class that would transfer from Ivy Tech for absolutely no cost.
Wow.
It's a good value. It really is a great value for these
Free
students.
is a great value, especially when you're talking education.
It is. Chad, I have to tell you, I have a daughter that did dual credit in high school, and she's going to college now, and she was able to actually use her 3 dual credit classes, and as a parent myself, it's awesome.
That is getting your foot in the door. That's what Ivy Tech does. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.